Hi, I'm Larry Plank, Director for STEM Education for Hillsborough County Public Schools, and your host. Today on STEAM Ahead, we take you on a visit to Bristol Myers Squibb, located right here in Tampa. At Bristol Myers Squibb, employees from around the world work together for patients. By creating and developing innovative medicines for serious and life-threatening diseases, Bristol Myers Squibb is giving new hope to some of the world's most vulnerable people. Today, Hillsborough County students have the opportunity to share their STEM fair projects, to practice, interact, and get advice from these extraordinary professionals. So come with me and let's go take a look at this special day.
Hi, my name is Joe Simmons. I'm the K-12 STEM coordinator for Hillsborough County Public Schools. We are here today with Bristol Myers Squibb at their North America Capability Center with our STEM Fair winners for 2017. These STEM Fair winners will be representing the state at the state competition in Lakeland, and they're meeting with Bristol Myers Squibb employees to discuss their STEM Fair projects. Bristol Myers Squibb has been an excellent partner in STEM education, contributing not only time and talent here, but also treasure, contributing over $100,000 towards STEM education over the last few years. We're very excited about this partnership and look forward to growing it in the future.
This year, the projects have been outstanding. We are thrilled to host all of the next generation of scientists and doctors here at Bristol Myers Squibb to showcase the fantastic work that you're doing and also to help you prepare for the state competition. Congratulations as you get ready to move on to the next step.
I have a confession to make about STEM. I have a couple of degrees, none of them are very impressive. They're both STEM degrees, but how did I make my way through college? How many here, you're all in a STEM program, that's clear. How many here have ever taken music? Raise your hand if you take some form of music. What about art? Art? Okay. Did you know that among musicians, among students who know music, they do 60% better on average on mathematical testing than students who do not? Now, why do you think that is? I'm not really sure because it's not my profession, but I think it has something to do with creativity. And when I was at the STEM fair earlier this year, we talked about creative innovation. So what you all have done here and what you're explaining today is creative innovation. That's what this is all about. Some teacher likely did not come to you and say, hey, here's an idea for this STEM fair. And if they did, that's okay. But creatively, you had to take the ball and run with it, or you thought of it yourself, or you researched it. That's creativity. That's not just mathematics and statistics, but that has to do with creativity, and science, in my view, is a form of art. And that's an extremely important part of what we do here at Bristol Myers Squibb.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Roberts, and I'm a STEM Fair alumni. I competed in Science Fair from elementary school all the way through high school. STEM Fair still to this day means a lot to me because it has helped me get into college and receive scholarships and even job opportunities. Today I'm here at Bristol Myers Squibb to help the Hillsborough County participants who are going to State Science Fair work on their presentation. And today I would like us to go look at some projects and ask some questions. Hi, I'm here with John Paul Lilianos, and I'm here to talk to him about his science fair project. He's also a state finalist for representing Hillsborough County. So would you like to explain your project to us?
So the title of my project is Coke Light, cheap water, cheap light of water and sunlight. And so the project was to use a 1 liter Coke bottle and then different chemicals, 8 different to be exact, and water by itself, and see if how much lux can it produce, which is the measurement of light in a square area. The purpose of my project was meant to help third world countries, areas of poverty, like where I'm from actually. I'm Filipino, and whenever I visit my own country, I notice there are areas that people can't afford electricity or they can't use it. This is meant to be an eco-friendly, cheap, and solar bulb. And so Well, this project was actually inspired by a program known as the Leader of Light, and MIT students actually went to the Philippines, areas of Peru, and Africa, and they gave this bulb to help people who couldn't have it.
I'm Akshita Kanuganti, and I'm in the 9th grade. And my project is DNA damage repair in Saccharomyces cerevisiae model system using beta-carotene or chitosan nanoparticles. So through this investigation, I was actually able to kind of find new cures for skin diseases and skin conditions using these beta-carotene or chitosan nanoparticles in my investigation. Being here at Bristol Myers Squibb is actually really interesting and pretty great because I get to explain my project to a bunch of different professionals, and I'm able to talk to them and they're able to connect with me and tell me things about my project that I could work on, improvements that I can make, and they also show a lot of gratitude and importance to my project.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm here with Jack Morrison, and he's going to tell us about his project today. So would you like to explain it?
Absolutely. So, like I said, my name is Jack Morrison. I won first place at the Regional Science Fair in the physics category. My project's title is Fluid Dynamics and Hurricane Katrina. So a little bit about the background of my project. So I'm from New Orleans, and I wanted to do a project that had some personal connection to myself. So I wanted to look more into Hurricane Katrina and what went wrong, because I know that that area still has a lot of damage from the storm itself. So I wanted to see what was wrong. What I discovered was the failure of the 17th Street Canal levee. And this levee ruptured because the pumps that allowed water to flow through could not maintain the flow with the water that they were accumulating through Hurricane Katrina. So I wanted to see a few things towards that. I wanted to see, if you could predict ahead of time what the flow rate would have to be for those pumps themselves in order to maintain a certain height at the levee with all of the water coming from Hurricane Katrina. And then second, I wanted to see if you're predicting that water is going to rise too much, is there anything you can do to the surface of those pumps themselves in order to either increase the flow rate or lower it or whatever you need to do. So for the first goal of my project, the predictive element, I applied Bernoulli's principle, a derivation of Newton's second law, in order to find the flow rate that I would get if I had certain dimensions to my orifice. So using a model I constructed using a basic plastic container and PVC pipe, I modeled this flow and I drilled in different holes that are similar to this model up here. I drilled in different holes and I observed different orifice sizes, and then the flow rates that they had I measured. And then I measured these values through the flow rate that I quantitatively found and the ones that I found using my model themselves, and I found that they were extremely accurate.
These students have actually proven to be very, very successful at what they do. As a matter of fact, I was very impressed to see some of the work that they have done, just the ideas that they have come up with and the things that they are doing to hopefully in the future enhance human life in general. So we're really happy to have them out here this afternoon. We've learned a lot from them, and this goes to promote, or rather to support, the mission of Bristol Myers Squibb, which is to enhance human life.
Hi, I'm here with Vikram Baliga. I'm going to ask him a couple questions about his project. It looks actually very interesting, so why don't you tell us about it?
So, my project is on bilge keels. Bilge keels are a very important part of a boat. They're usually two pieces of metal stuck onto the bottom of a boat to stop the rolling motion. So, I have my little demonstration here. When a wave hits a boat, it turns like this and starts rocking back and forth. The bilge keels are usually meant to stop the rocking motion of a boat because it pushes the water away, slowing down the rocking motion. So, the purpose of my project was to see which type and shape of bilge keel works the best. Now, my inspiration was I just joined the STEM club and I was reading an article on bilge keels, and I got really excited. I was like, this may be a really cool project for my STEM fair. So I decided, okay, I'll take it on, and we'll see how it goes. So I did my experiments, and my results were pretty cool. So without keels, it took around 8 seconds to stop the boat when I pulled it back to a certain line on my boat. And with the keels, it got cut in half. It went to about 4. It went to about 4 seconds. That was pretty cool, in my opinion. And the number of oscillations it took to stop also cut in half. That was really surprising. While I was doing my experimentation, I didn't really think that would be cut in half that much, but it really did. So that's my project on village keels.
Hi, I'm here with the McCaffrey twins. They're both competing in the STEM fair. They both placed to make it to state science fair here in Florida. And I'm basically here just to ask them about how they feel about women in STEM. And they've competed multiple times, and they're going to continue to compete in high school as well. So how do you feel about competing with your sister at state?
It's really fun because you have someone that you know, so you can talk to them. And I think it's like a really good experience for like women in general, because I feel like they have to get more into science and like learn about it, because it's actually like really fun once you get into it, because a lot of people think that it's really hard, and it is, but it's really worth the effort because it's just so fun.
Well, that's great to hear. How do you feel about it? Are you gonna go into the STEM field when you get older?
Maybe. STEM's really fun, and it really helps. It's helped me a lot in school, and it's been really beneficial over the years of middle school. So I think it's really worth it, and it may help me in the future for finding jobs.
I'm here with Mahir Kulkarni, and he is from Williams Middle School. And I'm here to talk to you about your project today. So would you like to explain it to us?
Sure. So my project, many people run or bike or do many like cardiovascular activities for exercise. So music is what it's like a big motivator for them. So I wanted to see which type of music affects that. Background research that I've done, that I've found online and analyzed various sources, have shown that music can help you recover both physically and mentally. I wanted to put that to the test by seeing which type of genres there are. So I had 6 participants, ages 30 to 40, and then they ran for 10 minutes while listening to a certain type of music. And then after that, the music was turned off, and they were allowed to recover. The heart rate was measured while they were recovering, and the amount of time for the recovery was measured. Dr. Neerav Patel of the Tampa Bay Pulmonary Associates was guiding me with that, and heart rate recovery, according to him, is the best way to measure it because it shows how enhanced the run was. And for example, a person who's run for the first time, they're going to have a very long heart rate recovery. But if the run is more enhanced and more practiced, and the music, which enhances your run, it should produce a shorter heart rate recovery time. And so classical music had the shortest heart rate recovery time of 7 minutes and 25 seconds on average.
So how do you feel about being here today, and what have you learned about preparing for science fair?
This has shown me what type of questions to ask, any questions I'll still need to look back and research on. And it's kind of given me more of the thing that how states are going to be how experienced the judges are. Because this is a health company, Bristol Myers Squibb, so my project kind of relates to that. And a lot of the employees will know more background information on this project. So that was really helpful to hear from them.
Well, that's really Hi, my name is Jasmine Roberts, and I'm here with Brenna McFarland, and she's here to talk to us about her project today. So would you like to tell us about the awards that you won at regionals and about your experiment?
I won first in my category. I won an award for vitro biology and a memorial award for Robert Matthews. And I also won Best of Fair for the regional competition. First place in the category means that for my particular section of the competition, I placed first, competing against my peers. And then Best of Fair means that you won the overall, so all of the high school students and high school projects.
So as someone who has won Best of Fair before, I do know that you will be going to International Science Fair, and that is in Los Angeles this year. So definitely good luck at state and at international. I know you're going to have a blast. So would you like to tell us about your project now?
Sure. I did my project on the effects of monosodium glutamate, which is MSG. It's a food additive that's common to a lot of foods and makes a lot of people really sick when they consume it. I used an ELISA test, which is an enzyme-linked immunology assay, which tests for the release of histamine. With the release of histamine is correlated with an allergic response. So when I exposed my mom's blood to MSG, because she won't sue me, the different concentrations that were most common in foods, then I actually measured the release of histamine by the optical density using a microplate reader. and found that there was a significant difference between the blanks, which is no MSG, and the two lowest concentrations of MSG, showing that there was an allergic response. I also found that with the highest concentration of MSG, the 0.06 molar, there was a decrease, which is probably due to the MSG causing apoptosis before the cells could actually release the histamine.
I'm here today with the Team Hillsborough, the State Science Fair representatives. And we're here to share our projects and our expertise with Bristol Myers Squibb. They've been great partners to come down and lend their critical eye on all these kids' projects. It's really important for kids to engage in scientific exploration and to really pursue their intellectual interests, and many of the kids have great opportunities and great ideas that come to them not just through their classic science of biology, chemistry, and physics, but also through their experience with math and music and athletics. A lot of the projects have ideas that are close to their hearts because of family members, and they explore these things and pursue them with passion, and it's our obligation as educators to support them and to make sure that they have what they need to make the very best out of what their opportunities they have, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
In regional competition, I had placed first place in my category, which was biomedical and health sciences, and I also won some special awards. I had got the Bristol Myers Squibb Award, which is amazing because I'm here, and I also got the NASA Earth System Award, and also the Women in STEM Award, which I was really honored to get because I believe that women should be more involved in STEM fields, and we should encourage that in around the world.
Here with Miss Sherry Glow, who I actually have known since high school because I used to compete and help out her son while he was competing as well. And now her other son is here, and so I just have a couple questions for you. How is it to be a parent and continuing on the legacy and being in science fair?
It's an amazing experience. STEM and science fair is not about the board, and it's not about going to a competition. It's about learning the scientific process. It's learning what their passions are about and tying those into their research and having other people believe in them. So the experiences that now my third son, because this is my third son doing this, have had with this experience is digging deeper into that and having adults in the scientific community really listen to what makes their questions arise and having those types of things come into play. The Hillsborough Education Foundation and people like Bristol Myers Squibb that have done these kinds of things for these kids, of really giving validity to the things that they're interested in and making a difference in the world is just incredible. But it's a family experience.
I know personally it's a family experience. Both of my parents, and I'm sure you have driven Sam around to any location that he needed to get supplies to do the project. And as someone who has supportive parents, I really do thank you. Even you've supported me through the years as well, and I'm glad that I can come back and give back to Sam and help him with his project. And I guess now that it's a little different from when I did science fair, now we come here to Bristol Myers Squibb. And how do you feel about the mentor program and coming here to give tips for science fair?
That's absolutely full circle, because as a family being involved in this, we go through the rigors of mom and dad and the grandparents coming over and the older brother coming over and trying to mentor and be the stern judge and those types of things, but to actually have them in a professional setting with their peers around them, and then to have these professionals come in and really work with them gets them so much more prepared for the next steps in these competitions.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm kind of jealous that I didn't get to experience this myself, but it's great that they now have this. Are there any other comments that you would like to make about, the STEM fair now and, how you've seen it change over the years?
It's been an amazing progress of the Tampa Bay area of really buying into the value of what these kids are doing. It's not just a one-day event. This is something with these kids and these projects, it takes months and months and months, and it takes a family commitment, not to overstate that, of what they need to get out of it. And it's the same types of things that I remember them saying, like sporting events that you spend every day at the baseball field. it's what it takes, these kids, of the sacrifices they make of maybe not hanging out with their friends or not doing some things, and the whole family committing to the time that they need to do with their research, their background, their testing, the board setups, and all kinds of things like that. Those kinds of things, it's science fair season.
And it's funny that she mentioned science fair season, because my dad used to always say, you know, during January to May, it's science fair season, all the competitions, all the research you have to do. So it's great that, you know, he kind of passed that on to you.
Absolutely. Mr. Roberts is a very wise man, and I was blessed many years ago to meet Mr. Roberts. I think it's like 8 or 9 years now, and to listen to everything he had to say, because it's made a difference, and it's made a difference in a lot of these kids' lives. And I feel that it's been a great experience. I am also the team mom for Team Hillsborough, and I've been able to travel with them for many years now, is to be able to see these kids and get that familiarity with what I know that next level of competition it takes, and to go to them and go, okay, I believe in you, I believe in this project. Don't worry about what the judges say. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience. These types of things will carry you and will make a difference in your lives.
Well, that's great to hear. I'm glad that, you know, your kids are still in it. I'm still glad that, you know, you're the parent of the science fair. It's really great to see you here, and I'm glad to, you know, reconnect with you guys. So definitely good luck to Sam, of course. You know, I'm personally rooting for him. So definitely good luck for him at state. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Merrill Dickey, the Senior Director of Development for the Hillsborough Education Foundation. And we are thrilled to partner with Hillsborough County Public Schools and Bristol Myers Squibb to help these kids discover their potential, reward them for all the work that they do, and encourage them to dream big as they explore paths in STEM education and careers. So this is a great opportunity, because I love when you connect the dots. The kids have an opportunity to do these great projects, and on top of that, now they're coming to this amazing facility, meeting some amazing people with really terrific careers, and they get inspired to be able to say, well, I could do this, I could make this happen, and don't give up. Continue to persist, make it, graduate from high school, which is the goal of the district, 90% graduation, and then go on to higher education, get the degrees, and change the world. You know, clean up our drinking water and find cures for the diseases that we're looking for cures for, and invent the next great means of transportation. And that's what we're inspiring kids to do those awesome things. And there's marketing people here, and there's all types of different people at Bristol Myers Squibb. So as the Hillsborough Education Foundation, that's what we do. We help connect kids to greatness. We connect community resources and donors to their interest in helping kids change their lives. And really, oftentimes, young people that don't have the environment that sometimes gives them everything they need. And so a lot of the kids that we help are from Title I schools and are impoverished, or haven't had somebody in their family that's graduated from high school or has gone to college. And so we help connect those resources to give them that extra boost they need to believe in themselves, with mentoring and advocacy, and of course money that helps pay for all of this. So I'm proud to be a part of this organization. I'm proud to partner with TBAE, with Bristol Myers Squibb, and Hillsborough County Public Schools to really, really make a difference in kids' lives.
I am joined by Wayne Lewis. Wayne, how are you today?
Larry, it's good to see you again. How are you?
It's great to see you. It's great to be here at STEM Field Day at Bristol Myers Squibb. Thank you so much for hosting our 2017 Hillsborough Regional STEM Fair winners for a field day with your professionals, your scientists, your engineers, your Bristol Myers Squibb staff. How do you think it went today?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We were so excited to be able to participate in the STEM Fair this year, and especially being able to bring the students back here to our site here in Tampa was an amazing experience. I can't tell you how many people left the event saying that they were just so impressed and humbled by how smart and fantastic these students are. So really excited to be part of this, and so excited that we could actually help in the growth and development of these kids as they prepare for the next step in their STEM adventure going on to the state competition.
Yeah, that's excellent, and we are absolutely thrilled to be here today as well. We know that this step benefits those students so much on their way to the State Science and Engineering Fair. And we even had 3 students here today that are going on to the International Science and Engineering Fair in Los Angeles. So we appreciate the collaboration and the partnership with Bristol Myers Squibb in making this a reality for our kids.
Honored to be part of it, and like I said before, Larry, so many people were amazed at how advanced these kids are. It truly leaves all of us with hope that these are the folks that are going to be curing cancer and solving all of the world's problems. So it's like I said, humbling to be part of that, but we're thrilled that we can actually help in the development of the next generation of scientists and doctors.
That's awesome, and I have to say that I have a lot of hope for their future as well, and developing some really cool pieces of technology. I have to say it's the first time I've ever interviewed a robot.
Well, it's a great way to connect with people when you can't be right there in the front and center of everything. So who knows? This may be part of the wave of the future when people are in different locations and opposites. So fun stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, speaking of being right there and in the moment, why don't you join me live?
All right. That'll be great. I'll be right out there.
So Wayne, thank you so much for joining me here in person. It was great to have you here on this amazing piece of technology. Can you share a little bit about how this works?
Sure. I mean, I think that it's important to keep in mind that technology is changing every day, and we're always trying to look for new and unique ways to collaborate, to connect, to share ideas, to be innovative in the work that we're doing. This is just one example of a technology that we use here to connect people from different areas and offices to the work that we're doing here in Tampa. I think that a great example of what these kids are doing in the STEM fair is they're building the next generation of this type of collaborative technology. One example, they're looking for ways to solve cancer. Another example, building ways to create clean energy and save the world. And this is all coming, and it's happening right now, and it's because of these kids that we had here today.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, when I think of Bristol Myers Squibb, I think about technology, and I certainly think about innovation. And you have a wonderful staff that's working here. And can you talk to me a little bit about the benefit to them of working with our children in Hillsborough and what this means to your community culture or your company culture?
Yeah, the folks here, and this is the second year that we've done this, but the folks here have been thrilled to be part of this. It's one thing to say, oh, we can provide funding or we can help sponsor an event, and that's great. But by actually taking part in it, they're helping to develop the kids. They're bringing back the STEM culture to our organization. They're allowing us to be part of this incredible success that we're experiencing. And for the people that are here, it helps them stay engaged with the community. It allows us to give back in unique and different ways, and I think that that's really important.
This important piece about paying it forward and taking care of the community is important. I understand that you, at one point, were one of these students, and you were involved in the regional science fair at that time. So tell me a little bit about that experience.
It was a very long time ago, somewhere close to 40 years ago, when I was part of what was then just a science fair. Now it is so much bigger and so much broader. It's a humbling experience to see how these kids have grown and developed and are so much more advanced than we ever were. But yeah, I was part of the science fair back in the day. We did the school and then the regional, and then I went on to a state competition. Incredible experience, and I think that these kids, I'm certainly thinking they're going to get the same incredible exposure to other students like themselves who are discovering and learning and growing. There's so many opportunities to learn along the way, in addition to being able to share the great work that they're doing.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we certainly know that Bristol Myers Squibb is helping our economic engine here in Tampa Bay. We appreciate that. We look forward to further growth in your company, and we certainly hope that some of these brilliant young minds will be here working in this office in days to come. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's been great talking to you, Larry.
What a great opportunity for the students of Hillsborough County. A big thank you goes out to Bristol Myers Squibb for opening their doors to these students to get a day of mentoring and feedback from the talented employees. I'm Larry Plank, and thanks for watching STEAM Ahead.